Hey loves, Kim here and I'm back with another video. So today we are doing another vacation lot in the wonderful world of Silverdorada. This came with the newest game pack, Jungle Adventure, and I thoroughly enjoyed this build and I really love how it came out. So I'm calling this the Aquatic Abode, and the reason being is because the main feature in this vacation lot or villa or whatever you want to call it is the pool. And I knew that I wanted to do a lot, specifically either like a hotel-esque or a villa lot where guests can see water as they sleep. As you may or may not know, I recently went on a cruise and it was just so beautiful being able to just look out my window and see the water. And although we weren't underneath and submerged, it was still such a beautiful sight, and I wanted to portray something similar to that in this build. But even before I went on the cruise, I knew that I wanted to do something like this. I saw a build on Pinterest, and it was like an underwater hotel, and I thought it was just so interesting. That gave me inspiration. And when I was younger, I used to have dreams that I was a mermaid, but that's another story for another day. But yes, this is the Aquatic Abode, and I love it. This villa has 2 rooms. One is kind of more of like the master suite, and one is another sub bedroom. If you have children or teens, or just bringing some single sims with you on vacation, they can have their own little separate beds but in the same room. I really enjoy how this came out, and I had so much fun building this. I would say the main packs needed is of course the Jungle Adventure pack for the world, and a lot of the things like the tiles, outdoor tiling, and the stairs, and a lot of the flooring and wallpaper. I will also say, what else is really important? City living is an important pack. I use a lot of those vertical slats or slates or whatever you want to call them, as not necessarily decoration, or not just decoration, but also kind of ways to hide and at the same time accentuate certain features of the house. And what else did I use? I don't know, I will call it out as I see it. But those are 2 of the main packs that I could think of right off the bat. Oh, also, Get Together would be a good pack to have because I use bars and things like that. Oh, also, I get Backyard and Perfect Patio, but I think it's Perfect Patio. It's the one where the icon is like the hot tub. Perfect Patio, I do use a hot tub in here, and some of the furniture. And I also use the fitness pack for one of the jacuzzi jet tubs. So yeah, there's just like a lot of little things in here. But yes, back to the build. Here I am just on the upper area. I just finished putting the ladder in the pool, and now I'm choosing the outdoor wallpapers. And my goal aesthetically was to make this kind of contemporary, in the sense of right now things are really being focused on nice clean lines, minimal colors. I know I didn't want to say minimal colors. I'm sorry, y'all. I just woke up. But yeah, like neutral colors. I use a lot of whites on the inside, but I do incorporate a bit of blue as well. And this is also reflective in the windows, even though I don't think those are the ones with like a blue tinge. It does kind of come off that way. But I kind of wanted to stay true to the furniture and things like the doors that were native to Silverdorada, so I tried to infuse them both. And I just really enjoy all of the little areas that kind of tricks your eyes, like can you access it from there, can you not, like with the entrance stairs. it's closed off in a way where I'm using those windows from the Jungle Adventure pack, but it's still open because a lot of natural light is coming in, a lot of air is coming through. So I really enjoy how this build came out. Here I am just on the inside, trying to decide what wallpaper I want to use. I was trying to go for like a wood texture because the floor is wood. However, I opt for more of a concrete, and I feel like that really just levels everything out. With the woods, it's just sometimes I can't with the woods because the floors don't match the walls like at all. Like I haven't seen in this game a floor that matched with the wall wood, so that is a little bit frustrating, but you know, we get through it. We make it work. I also use a lot of the tiles from Get Together within this build, and it's very evident in the pool area and both of the bathrooms. I thought it was beautiful. Like usually I would think that that type of tile is so extra and just doing way too much, but in this build for some reason it worked, and I was just enamored with it. I really was. Here I am in the kitchen. I'm using the cabinets and the stove and refrigerator appliances that came with the Jungle Adventure pack in this beautiful kind of sandy brown texture. And now I'm also using that round table and the chairs from Jungle Adventure, and that eventually goes in the kitchen. I get rid of two of the chairs because the space is only so big and that table is so large. So I wanted to fit it in, but didn't necessarily think 6 Sims would be coming on vacation. They can if you want, but I don't have enough beds for 6 Sims. Here I am in the bathroom next to the second bedroom. I used the shower from the Jungle Adventure pack, and I believe that tub might also be Jungle Adventure. I know for sure the sink is, and I think the toilet is either Get Together or base game. Now I'm just going around trying to decide what curtains I wanted to use, and I thought with a view this beautiful, why would I use anything but sheer curtains? I don't want to obstruct the view at all. Now I'm in the master bathroom. That jacuzzi tub came with the fitness pack, and the other sink and shower, I guess you can call them plumbing, they came with Jungle Adventure, and I just really love how it came out. Like, you see what I'm talking about? Like, usually that would just be so extra, but in this build it's just beautiful, and I really enjoy how it comes out. Here we are in the secondary bedroom. This was well, we jumped back into the master bedroom, but the secondary bedroom was initially going to be a double bedroom. However, I felt like maybe this is a family, maybe they have kids they want to bring with them, or maybe it's just some single Sims and you know, they don't know each other like that. So I ended up putting double beds in there. Now in the master suite comes with like a mini living room where the TV and the fireplace is, which is beautiful. A large kind of living space with the bedroom, walk-in closet. Well, I guess it's more of a walk-through closet because that's the way they would access the bathroom. Now I'm just choosing things like clothing storage and mirrors just to make the place a little bit more functional and feel a little bit more homey. But I don't know, I'm pretty proud of myself with the clutter. I don't use too much clutter. In my personal opinion, I don't have a lot of knickknacks and paddywhacks and give a dog the bones just laying around, but I do have a good bit of pictures and wall decorations about, because I feel like when you travel somewhere abroad, you want to see things that are, you know, related to the culture there. And I wanted to incorporate as many things from Silver Dorada as possible. Here I am with that outdoor dining table and bar. The bar came with Jungle Adventure, and if I'm not mistaken, both that table and those chairs came with the Jungle Adventure pack. Even though I do change those chairs out in the end, I do love how they look. I really do. Now I am just deciding on where am I going to arrange everything, and this was just a big puzzle within itself. but eventually it all works out. And when I say eventually, like pretty much down to the last part of this, I'm figuring out this upper area because I wanted to make sure there were plenty of amenities for your Sims to enjoy. But I didn't want the place to feel too crowded because it's not a large space and the pool takes up a big chunk of that upper deck or upper patio area. So just trying to marry function with fashion was a little bit of a challenge, but again, I really just love how it came out and I enjoy it. It's pretty much like a puzzle to me. Now I am putting a outdoor trash can just so we don't have trash piling up. It's definitely essential with any lot that you build to make sure that you put an outdoor trash can, because once the indoor waste baskets are filled, there's nowhere for your Sims to throw away their trash. Now I'm just adding in some of the authentic pieces from Dorada, like those vases, and I'm setting up the back area. There's not too much going on back there, but you will see what I do towards the end. And now I'm just kind of getting a color concept going on. This room was initially going to be kind of like a greeny brownie, but when I add in the 2 single beds, it's still along those lines, but it changed slightly. So yeah, right now I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this large area here. I wanted this to be an indoor living room space, but you'll see what I do later on, and I absolutely love it. Love it. Love it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just picking out some key pieces that I wanted to put in here. I knew that I wanted this space to pretty much be on display. I mean, you have this beautiful backdrop of water, and you guys, if you go inside the pool, like in the cinema mode, and you look inside this area from the pool, it's a little trippy because it's kind of moving and waving, but it's so beautiful. So I knew I wanted to make sure that whatever was in this space was going to be displayed well, lit well, and very flattering against the water around this lot. So yeah, here I am, still just picking out things. I think I'm about to start working on lighting because that's important. And I love this little shaded area here. This is where we're going to put that large glass dining table, and it's on looking the pool, and you get a great view of the jungle around you. So I feel like it's very beautiful. I really wanted to make sure that whatever Sims vacation here, that they take full advantage of the outdoor space. I feel like it's so important to get in touch with nature, especially while you're on vacation. Like, you know, this is something that you're not going to see every day, and we all know that when your Sims goes on vacation, it's not cheap. So I feel like putting a lot of the living spaces outside really forces your Sims to immerse themselves with this beautiful world and to really just soak it all in. I feel like it's so important, and that's what I really wanted to push in this build. So here I am just deciding what table I'm going to put out there, and what I end up doing is merging these 2 tables together. You can sit 6 Sims there. Originally I was trying to get 8, but come on, like, there's only 3 beds. Excuse me, like I said, I just woke up. Excuse me. It's only 3 beds here, so I mean, maybe 4 Sims. I mean, you could bring extra if they're planning on crashing on couches, or you plan on bringing like a blow-up mattress. But I mean, in all reality, you'll probably get like 4 Sims here, so I didn't think that you needed 8 chairs for 4 Sims. But I did want to make sure that there was plenty of places to sit, so your Sim doesn't always have to sit at the dining table when they might want to lounge on an ottoman or a lounger, which I do with this outdoor living chair and the ottoman here. So yeah, I just really enjoy how all of this came together. I was thinking about using that table that came with the either perfect patio or outdoor backyard, one of the packs, but I didn't use it, so it doesn't matter what pack that's from. And I also love that kind of 3 circular candle holder that's in the middle of the table. I believe that came with Jungle Adventure. I was going to have drapes over the front part of that outdoor dining area looking into the pool, but I felt like that was a little bit too much and obstructing my view, so I just left it on the back. Here I am adding in like a juice bar or juice storage, because I feel like with those bars you can't possibly store everything underneath. So I always like to put some sort of display, even though it's not usable, just to have it there for realistic purposes. And I love that little stone backsplash that I put behind the stove. I'm not sure if you all noticed it. It kind of zoomed by quickly, but I love how that came out. Here I'm adding in a small laundry room. Your Sims won't use it unless they bring their laundry with them in their inventory, which I highly doubt. But I felt like if this is like a villa, usually villas are managed by someone or some company, so I would imagine that people will come out and wash the linens and clean up after everyone's vacation. So I just wanted to have a space where they can do that on site instead of having to travel with all the things they needed to clean. So that's basically just like a linen closet or like a utility closet essentially. Not necessary, but I wanted to add that in for realistic purposes. Here I am just adding in a little bit of greenery on the deck area, and now this is really starting to come into fruition with what I'm going to do with that large space. I create these little alcoves, which kind of serves as kind of like artistic displays. You'll see, just keep watching, but I size up those simple black shelves. And I love how it came out. I really do. I'm sorry, I'm so giggly this morning. But yeah, I love how it came out, and I use as many things as I can find from the Jungle Adventure Pack to really display this world's culture, this world's history, and just to give something for your Sims to kind of marvel at. Now, unfortunately, they can't directly view it because I do put a window in front of them, because I would think that if these are like ancient artifacts or even just like copies of ancient artifacts, you don't want guests getting too crazy and touching them and breaking them. So I do put a glass in front of it, like a display glass, but it's still beautiful nonetheless. I took the 4 totems that I found and I sized them down as much as I could, and thank goodness that it does, like the very smallest, like I could not size it down anymore. Thank goodness that they fit perfectly within one tile, and they look beautiful on display. So here I am just adding in some other pieces, some vases that I think they call it a makeshift work table, which is kind of like the brown thing with the blue and the orange. And this little, I guess you can call it like a ruin that's currently on the floor, it gave me issues. Like when it was on the shelf, every time I moved it, no matter where I position it, it would black out the wall piece. Like it made it so dark, and like I even put 3 lights on it and it was really dark still. So once I put it on the floor, it didn't give me any issues. I cut that out because I spent quite a bit of time trying to figure that out. And now I am just kind of assembling everything on the shelves. I end up using the single wide shelf that came with Get to Work, and I felt like when you size it up, it still fits within one tile, which was absolutely perfect. Now I am just finishing off this area. I love adding in that little bit of greenery, and you would think, oh well, it needs ground. I mean, I would think that maybe maybe this plant was preserved somehow, but I didn't know what else to put there, and it gave a good balance. It gave a really good balance. So yeah, that is like the display area, and it's absolutely immaculate, and I love it, love it, love it. And if you have an artsy sim, or if you enjoy art like me, you can truly appreciate just that beautiful display. Here I am in the master bedroom, just deciding what colors I want the walls. I felt like even though I wanted this to be the majority white and like concrete and clean, I felt like the white was getting a little bit too stark. So I tried to break it up a little bit with adding a couple of blue walls and more pops in the furniture, just to bring this place alive. Like, even though, you know, the main feature is the pool and of course that kind of artistic display, you're still on vacation, so I feel like pops of color were very appropriate, and the colors that I chose really made you feel energized, you know, and I really enjoy it. And again, with the pops of colors, like, I'm changing the colors of the ottomans, I changed the colors of the seats in the kitchen, and just to make the place feel a little bit more youthful, a little bit more alive. And you know, yeah. Yeah. Now I am just doing the same thing, choosing some more blue wall covering with the Jungle Adventure wall coverings. I feel like I just said the same thing twice, but anyway, and I'm just tidying up with the decor, just making every place feel like it was decorated with a purpose. Like I said, in this build, I wanted to really cut down on the unnecessary clutter. And this building is mainly cluttered with pictures, and there are a couple of indoor plants. But pretty much everything else is for function. So yeah, I love these tapestries that came with the Jungle Adventure Pack. I feel like it brings like a sense of the culture, a sense of the people, and a sense of the history here, and I wanted to incorporate that in both of the living spaces. And I'm not even sure what you call these wall tiles or these wall art pieces that came with the Jungle Adventure Pack, but I definitely wanted to use them. There's one inside of the display case, and I think that was called Leaves or Leaf. And there's two by the downstairs entrance. One is tree and one is water, if I'm not mistaken. And then the last one that I put is the sun, which is in a master bedroom. And what inspired me to use that one is because of the rug that I used underneath the bed that, if I'm not mistaken, came with the vintage glamour stuff pack. And I felt like the sun was giving me so much life, y'all. Like, it was really giving me life, and I felt like that was so appropriate in this world. And I just wanted to make sure that that was incorporated in more ways than one. There it is. There's that sun piece, and it's just really beautiful. I was thinking about changing the inside area by like where that art wall is, but I changed my mind. I'm outside now, just adding like a back area. I felt like it just felt really empty, and I end up putting in a horseshoe thing. I guess it's, I don't know what you would call it, I'm just gonna say horseshoe, that came with the outdoor retreat pack. And I felt like it was nice. It was a nice little outdoor feature that's not necessarily necessary, because I'm not sure how many people actually have the outdoor retreat pack. I know a lot of people are not really into it, but I do like a lot of the outdoor activities that you can do. So I wanted to put that there, and I added in a nice little bench that came from Jungle Adventure, just so your Sims can rest and relax and just soak it all in. Now I'm just adding in some outdoor lights. I believe that light came with base game, and I felt like it kind of blended in since it is pretty rectangular and geometric. Oh, and there's one more. I added, I think it's called Food, and it's an avocado, and it's outside of the door of the secondary bedroom, and I added it there because behind those stairs leads you straight to the kitchen. So there is a method to my madness, people. But yeah, at this point I'm just adding in decorative pieces, just making the place feel a little bit more purposeful, a little bit more complete, and just switching out some things to a place that is more fitting. And I love that indoor vine. I usually don't bring in outdoor plants indoors, but I felt like that worked really, really well in that space. And yeah, just adding in a couple of outdoor lights so your Sims can actually see, and just really building up the curb appeal to this lot. And yeah, just making everything feel nice and lush, but still functional, kind of guiding the way your Sims come in. Because I hate when the Sims first arrive to the lot And with this lot in particular, they don't arrive right in the front. They arrive kind of like to the side. So I wanted a defined path for your Sims to go. But yeah, we're going to jump into the screenshots in just a few seconds. I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And this is now available on the gallery, so check down in the description box below for the link. Again, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.